Hi, my name is Demetrius with Pony R Parts. I'm here to talk about our 1987 to 93 Fox Body ashtray repair kit. I'm going to point out a few features of it compared to our cheap competition. And I say cheap because it is, and I'll point that out as we discuss the two kits. First, I want to mention that our kit is all stainless steel hardware. The attaching screws, the spring reinforcement, the spring tab reinforcement, and the spring itself are all stainless steel parts. These are regular screws, plastic tab reinforcement, and a regular spring, steel spring. With the spring, you'll notice ours has more windings than the competition. The reason ours has more windings than the competition is to allow for less tension. This has a lot more tension in it. And what that does is more tension, more force, the faster your parts are going to wear out. So this is less stressful on the components, still holds the door open and closed properly, and allows for longer, smoother operation. Next, we have the spring tabs. You'll see ours is stainless steel, this is plastic. The original piece that this fixes is plastic. And what happens is, as the doors open and close, the spring will rotate in this little hole and it'll wear out the plastic. That's because this is steel and that's plastic. Steel is going to always win out over plastic. So what we do is we give you a stainless steel spring tab reinforcement that goes over the original piece. You don't have to cut your piece, your original piece. You leave it there. Everything stays intact. All you do is you drill a couple of holes to attach the spring tab. Our spring tab also has provisions if this totally breaks off. There are some instances where over time, because of the wear and tear, this whole spring tab will just break off. So even if your spring tab is not there, we have a provision where you can mount this to still hold the spring, even if the spring tab is gone. Now the competition gives you another plastic piece. So if the first plastic piece wore out, this piece is going to wear out also. Now what they have you do is they have you cut off your spring tab so you can slide or glue or somehow attach this piece to it. I don't know why you'd want to do that when your spring tab is intact, everything's there. Why would you want to destroy the part? Well, anyway, they want you to destroy the part so you can attach theirs, which is another plastic piece, which eventually is going to wear out again. So that's the major difference. Your part is cheap, is not as a complete a fix as ours, because if your spring tab is broken completely off, there's no way you can attach this. You got to have some of it left there. We have a provision where even if this is completely broken off, you can still attach this. Okay? Okay, for this next part, we're going to give you a little food for thought. Just give you something to think about when you're trying to decide between the two kits, where your money's going, how you're spending it, and what kind of value you're getting for it. Now, we're going to heat these things up. The reason we're going to do that is because heat accelerates aging. It's kind of like if you take a rubber band and you stick it out in the sun and the heat, it's going to dry up, get brittle a lot faster. The weather stripping on your car, the rubber components, if your car sits out a lot in the heat, start to dry up and crack and get weathered. So heat is what ages a product. And to get these things to age faster, we've got to turn up the heat to see which one's going to last longer, right? So we've got our torch here. Make sure you're wearing all the proper safety equipment, goggles, gloves, whatever you need. So we're going to heat this thing up. We're going to keep an eye on the clock behind us. And let's stick it right here in the flame. We're at just going on 10 seconds now. Okay? $15, 20 seconds. All right? Got some nice color to it, but pretty much held its shape. And looks just like when we started to heat it up. Now, we're going to take this plastic piece. I'm going to hold it from the base here, okay? I'm going to heat the same part for the same amount of time, about 20 seconds. Okay, we're at 5 seconds. 10, 20 seconds. Now, as you can see, we pretty much lost a part. It's not even close to what it was when it started. It's kind of a charred piece of something. Not really sure what. But anyway, you can see the difference between our part and theirs. Our part has retained its shape, is still functional. This part is pretty much useless. So in this test, this accelerated aging test, you've seen that the value you're going to get for your purchase with our Podiar Parts ashtray door fix kits is going to be somewhat greater than the competition. Thank you.